how self-improvement can go to self-disimprovement, how doing the good things, how doing the right things can eventually cause you harm or even cause you self-destruction and so on and so forth. And so when we are deciding to elevate our lives or elevate our standards, we start to read books, we start to watch YouTube videos. Some of us are rolling on Nofap, semen retention, and we just simply start to implement all these exercises in our lives, so therefore we can improve ourselves. And so, without further ado, I would like to get into my reference point, and I would like to get to present you my situation and why do I think this way? Why do I think that doing Nofap and being on the self-improvement journey altogether can be also harmful and is not all, hey man, now that I'm a Nofap or now that I'm doing self-improvement, I've been able to figure out everything. Because this is perhaps the wrong mindset. And so I'm talking from experience because I just got the tendency personally to think that, hey man, since I'm doing Nofap, since I'm in monk mode, since I'm doing all the right stuff, quote unquote right stuff, then I'm invincible, that somehow I'm untouchable, somehow I've been able to figure out life and universe will not harm me at any ways. There's no way for that. And so just today I got to realize that I woke up, I didn't really have that big of an energy, and yes, for being honest, throughout this week I've been pushing myself very hard, like working out 2 days, eating very little, working on different levels of my business. I'm also again leaning towards agency, which requires me to, calls, which is higher energy. It's like takes down your energy if you're calling and always putting in the energy, putting in the right mindset, like I'm about to have this person, so on and so forth. So basically what I want to tell you is that it just gotta take a toll on me. And so I just got to realize that throughout the last year since I've been doing, basically I've been working out every single day. We are approaching 1 year, or maybe we passed 1 year, something like that. And so I've been also pretty much living, I was pretty much like living like a monk and doing the monk mode. And so basically I was focusing to do the right stuff, and I was considering myself a guy who is doing the right stuff all the time, who is not engaging with any of the bad activities, not drinking, not pornography, not anything that bad. Like I'd be the freaking saint guy from the Bible, something like this. Celibacy, all of the shit. So it's like the freaking perfect guy, without zero without zero sins, if you would, if you would like to stick with the religious terms. And so what I got to realize back to today's story is that I've been waking up and I was like, man, like I'm feeling a bit like like fatigued. I don't really have the mood for go out there and then work out. And somehow I was like, man, like many days you do not really have the mood and you're still going out there and you're gaining this energy and all that shit. But I was like, man, what if this is only a mindset? What if I'm just simply thinking that I need to go through that running session in order for me to be able to get to that place where I'm so much craving, so to be enthusiastic, to be high energy, to be able to kill this day and so on and so forth. And so what I've got to realize is that I've been locking myself into all these beliefs that I need to go through certain things in order for me to be able to get to those places, in order for me to be able to work, in order for me to be able to work properly, in order for me to be able to be this person, and so on and so forth. And so quite much recently, I'll be honest with you, I realized in my life that I just opened up one of my Instagram accounts like 2 days ago, and I just watched some content regarding to, and I was like DJing and all the good shit, and I just got these memories back, and I was like, man, like yes, like I always did have these struggles, but sometimes I was also having fun, and I do not mean like fun, but I was so much connected with myself that like I was doing these things, and I felt like so connected with everything. And I was so excited about life. And now I'm like a motherfucker, like a robot. I'm doing this shit all the time, and in thinking that I'm sacrificing everything in sacrificing short-term pleasures in order for long-term benefits. And so I just simply got logged into this thing, and I just got to realize that me locking myself so much into this monk mode and so much into these habits may be harmful. And so that might be fucking true, brother, because guess what? I was thinking about this too. So suppose that I'm getting the running done every single time. Suppose that I'm doing the workout every single day, which I've been doing for a year now, so now I can have a reference point regarding to this. I can have a more holistic approach. And what I've got to realize is that yes, okay, this is good. This is super great that I have been able to run and I have been able to work out every single day. And the discipline is nice. But what if these are the things that are holding me back, because these are making me stick to an identity? So for example, back to today's story, and sorry for me hopping the topic so much, but I just want to talk about so many things, and somehow, yeah, perhaps this might not be the best video, but look at the content and the intention, brother. And the point over here being that, man, like, what if I be just, start to read straight away, starting that day, and or what if I just simply start to work straight and not come out here, get the thing done, and so on and so forth. And so by me having these habits, I'm just simply locking myself into this identity. And so now I want to change, because I feel that something is too much inside of me, that something I'm missing out of on life, and something is just not right. This is like a deep gut feeling. But I'm still getting back to these things, because I think, hey man, if I'm not getting this thing done, then it means that I will not have enough energy, or I will have too much energy, and I will have to find new shit. And this is the exact point, and this is something that I wanted to highlight over here and get into, is that with us actually locking ourselves into these habits and identities and mindsets, we are basically filtering out everything. And now that we are in this isolate, now that we are operating as this isolated system, we are just simply forgetting about basically everything else. And so in an ever-changing and ever-dynamic world, this is perhaps not the best strategy. And again, I'm talking from experience, because this is how my journey was throughout the last year. And so what I've got to realize is that this is good, and I've been able to find something which is perfect total order and perfect total mental silence. But on the other hand, I really have to consider, got to a place where I really have to consider that, do I really want to continue doing this monk mode lifestyle? Do I really want to become a monk, or I would like to participate into society too? And so now that I got to this point, I'm choosing to participate into society. And I gotta tell you that I thought that I'm doing everything. I thought that I'm doing good. I thought that I'm doing good by running every single day, by getting the shit done every single day and doing these things. And by the end of the day, maybe this is like perfectly fucking wrong. Like maybe I'm in the perfectly fucking wrong journey, and I've been wasting 1 year or 2 years or hell knows how much. And so these are some ideas that I didn't really allow myself to consider, because I've been on this journey of I'm a Nofap, I'm a strong guy, I don't give a shit about anything. And so this can be harmful for us. This can be harmful for myself, that I'm just simply locking myself into this thing and like putting on the blinders. And I would like to leave this example for you as a cautionary tale, because this can happen to all of us. Because we think that now that I'm Nofap, now that I'm exercising, now that I'm doing this, that, I'm invincible. No, brother, you're not. And you're not better than anyone else. And you do not even have to be better than anyone else. You have to compare yourself to yourself. And so this is perhaps the most important part of this journey, to realize that every single place that I'm trying to run so desperately is just created by me and only exists inside of me. And so by me locking myself into these things, I'm pretty much like killing off some kind of a potential inside of myself. And again, perhaps the greatest takeaway from this journey and the message that I would like to finish up this video with is that balance is everything, brother. Balance is everything, and we are living in an ever dynamic world where we need balance. It means that you cannot live semen retention throughout all of your damn life. You cannot live with Nofap throughout all of your damn life. And maybe you can do that, but that way you're trying to isolate, you're taking on the path to isolate yourself so much from what is normal and what our other people are doing, that you're just really killing off potential inside of yourself. And so whilst perhaps this is part of our journey and must be part of our journey to be super strict and down on something so that we can understand what order and discipline means, but gaining that new skill and that new characteristic, we're supposed to be basically getting back to society and use those skills. So again, brothers, self-improvement is not necessarily always good just because you're self-improving or just because you're doing Nofap or exercising. That might be also harmful for you. You must consider this. Second, balance is perhaps everything because we are living in an ever dynamic world. And three, all of this shit only needed to be accounted by you in your heart. Love.